मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
He hasn't enjoyed a really good season, but he did in that last innings at Hambantota. Wasn't at his fluent best in Colombo. Well, this is one man who's done tremendously well for someone as young as he is, just 21 years, 15 wickets. Look at that economy, look at the best. It's been a fantastic tournament for him. And he has been that familiar, he has played that familiar role at the top in the power plays with the new ball. He's turned out to be a permanent feature, not in every T20 team he plays. He is part of the national setup, now he's part of this Jaffna Kings setup. He's got to slip in. And he's got a square leg out on the boundary, mid-wicket out on the boundary, and here is the first ball. And straight away runs for Kusal Mendes. We spoke about how good the surface is. That is an indication. Just coming onto the bat quite nicely and pushing it through the line.
A good start by Kusal Mendes. I just want to make a point on Mahesh Deekshana. Economy rate at 6.2. For a bowler who bowls bulk of his overs in the power play, that's a great effort. Confidence boosting start by Kusal Mendes.
Now that's what he did so well in the previous innings. Use the acreage. Kept on hitting the ball into the gaps.
The question is, this is second over, Roshan. Tisar Perra will get one into Hasarangin, Jaden Seals or a Suranga Lucknow. Personally, I would look to see Jaden Seals the new ball. Two top batters, Kusal Mendes and Danish Murtalaka. Jaffna Kings can get rid of one of the batsmen with Jaden Seals' pace and bounce. I think they are in the game straight away.
I get the feeling that he'll take that route, definitely a seamer, because he has used the two spinners with the pitch helping them. But here he's going to Tilak on strike. Top ball, that's an off break. Tends to fire the ball in. And what amazes me, not just him but Ajantha Mendes also, because they flick the ball at pace. They just flick it, the carom ball. Imagine pace and control. Now that is an amazing release. It's something that the bowlers are now starting to develop. Bit of turn, another single, quick single.
Here's the control. Which separates.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी। ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है, इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगा से डाउन अभी के अभी onedicegame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में। भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
Over the Jaffna Kings up to this game, and no wonder they lost all three games to the Galle Gladiators. But completely different story here. Right, last ball of the over. Oh, Gunathilaka, has it gone far? Yes, I think just over the line. Good effort, very good effort, but I think it had enough legs to take it over the line. Would have been an outstanding catch. I don't think it was easy, but a good way to finish the over. 11 off it.
Danish Murtalaka would
A square minus AB to the Rahul. How's the odds? Hi, sir.
Predict and win. The greatest odds are with you. This game involves an element of financial risk and may be addictive. Please play responsibly and at your own risk. This communication is for 18 plus only.
so close and yet so far here for the right arm off spinner. He very nearly had his man, but just over the line. Good effort, but just over the line.
It was good batting as well. At the same time, yes, there was an opportunity for a second for the fielder, but took risks, and that's what they have to do. Keep on taking chance every over. So these are the guys who have worked so hard to make LPL a reality once again.
Thumped for Kusal Mendes. Short and wide. Don't bowl there to him.
Well, with this length, you've got to have a precise line. Just a bit of foam outside the off stump. This is such a true pitch. Batsman can afford to hit the ball on the up, and that's what he did.
In this pitch, the length is very, very key. The line was marginal, but the length was way too short for a player like Kusal Mendes, who's very strong in the back foot.
Right, third man out on the boundary, fine leg out on the boundary.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम। अभी के अभी onedicegame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में। भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज़ साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
Goes over cover. That's a boundary. They got 9 of the first 3. That was foolish and wide of the off stump, but Danushka Gunatilaka made room for himself. Look at it. Just go a little bit wide, and Seals went wider.
Such a true pitch. As a batsman, you can start trusting this pitch from the word go. And the bounce is consistent. Backed away from the stumps very early. And opted for the right area to hit the ball. Took the elder route though. He's reached double figures. Gunatilaka. And a good start.
This time on the leg side, they're running the first run hard. They'll only get, in fact, they're coming back for 2. The large ground, don't forget.
That time the ball swung in, because the length was much better, much fuller. Line was a bit straighter. Pace on the ball can be damaging to the fielding team, but saying that, if Jaden Seals gets in the right areas, there's something in this pitch.
He looks a different bowler when he looks to create those angles, go wide of the crease, look to crank the batsman. Should remind himself of that.
Short ball. Where has that gone? One bounce for 4. He's enjoying himself. He's feasting on Seals. He's already this over costing 15 runs. 26 of the first 11.
Yeah, he's feeling at home. Gunatilaka. He was the highest scorer. The first edition of LPL. Scored more than 490 runs. And in the first game we saw that. He batted with authority and chasing 200 runs. He's batting like a king and he's feasting.
Feasting just like the Manchikome. Amazing so far, Danushka Gunatilaka. The natural length of Jaden Seals have gone for plenty straight away, getting the third man up and square leg back to Danushka.
Right, let's see what he does here. Last ball. Cleverly bowled. Still get a single. So that's a big over, 16 off it, 27 without loss in the first 2.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी।
of the over.
Lightning up. Darsh Gunatilaka, end of the third over. Gladiators 46 for no loss.
Win better than the rest with 100% bonus on first deposit. Play against other players and not the house. Best odds in the market. This means better winnings assured. This game involves an element of financial risk and may be addictive. Please play responsibly and at your own risk.
But what about this? Now the asking rate was little over 10. Now it is just over 9. Because that run rate is more than 15 and over.
That's a very good point you made. Bring that to 8. And that's what these two batsmen are looking to do. Taking on their premier bowler, Jaffna. That's a brilliant start.
Yeah, it's all about a good start. Exactly what the Gladiators wanted. And they got. Ashley De Silva, Sri Lanka Cricket Chief Executive Officer in the house, in a close eye. Suranga Lakmal into the attack.
Over cover, over short third man. Short and wide, that's surprising. That is a surprising line and length from Suranga Lakmal. He'll be the first to be disappointed. You got your fielders inside the 30-yard circle, and how do you bowl that length and line?
It was a line. He's created that fear in the bowler's mind, Gunatilaka, and now he's dictating terms. 50 on the board in no time. Chasing 200 runs, brought the required rate to 9 now. Oh, he'll be saddled with so many worries. Pereira, the captain of Jaffna Kings.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए. जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम. अभी के अभी onedicegame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में. भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं. सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं. आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं. ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश. लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में.
Suranga Lakmal just at the first delivery. The third man up. And score leg back. Panic time for the Jaffna Kings.
Why not? They're going at 15 exactly. They'll go on strike. Goes over mid off. On the up. It is the power play, don't forget. So plenty of open spaces over the 30-yard circle. That's another one that Danushka Gunatilaka just picked. 45 of 16 with that boundary.
Yeah, when he got beaten on the previous delivery, his partner Mendes went up to him. He said, you don't have to slot the ball. You don't have to look to hit the ball on the onside. Stick with your strength. You're so good at hitting the ball in the air on the offside. And that's what he did. Good advice from his partner. Yielding good results.
Again, another boundary. It's raining force here. It's raining force. Gunatilaka's 6th boundary. He's hit 3 sixers as well.
Gunatilaka lightning up Hambantota, the south of Sri Lanka. Look at that for a strike. Suranga Lakmal again a slower delivery, giving him some space, some room, keeping his head position very nicely and steady. And there you go. That's where he's very strong. Bread and butter for Darsh Gunatilaka, getting the crowd elated. So good to see the crowd enjoying, as well as the commentary box.
Would you believe that just 3 dot balls so far in the innings? There have been 39 in the Kings innings when they made 201 for 3. Just 3 dot balls. He's on 49. Just 17 balls, striking at 288. Kusal Mendes has been a spectator. We got 17,000 spectators. Kusal is another one. That's from wide of the crease, just angling it back to the left-hander.
And that was a fantastic comeback by the experienced Suranga Lakmal. Full. That was a previous delivery into the pitch, giving some width. And the comeback delivery by Suranga Lakmal was very impressive.
Yeah, the best thing about that stroke was how he dealt with that bounce. To be able to get on top of that and use that bounce to get that elevation. Oh no, very lucky.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम अभी के अभी onedicegame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में। भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
Many counts, chasing 200 runs against one of the best bowling attacks in this LPL. Came out with a purpose. Suranga has been entrusted upon in the power play. First ball in the air, and a good result once again for Gladiators and Batman Gunathilke.
It was a googlies to start off by Vanidhu Hasaranga. Dhanush Gunathilke giving some room, playing the percentages right. Smart slow by Vanidhu Hasaranga, not giving any pace. All the pace was made and by Dhanush Gunathilke, and sailing over long off for a boundary. Very good start.
That's 4 of the first ball. Again, a pitch taken, wicket taken. Dhanushka Gunathilke goes. Vanidhu Hasaranga, the man with the golden arm, he does something. When he's on, he creates opportunities. And that is why he's rated so highly. Gunathilke thumped him down the ground for 4. And then this one gave himself room. Slower again. Excellent catch by Tisar Pereira. Gunathilke is naturally disappointed. His outstanding innings comes to an end. Gunathilke goes for 54, just 21 balls. It's 63 for 1.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम अभी के अभी onedicegame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में। भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
Extremely experienced player. Hasn't had a great LPL, but he'll have to kick on from here. Vanidhu Hasaranga. Oh, gets an edge out first ball, I think. Yes, he is. 2 of 2. Vanidhu Hasaranga is starting to wield his magic. Ben Dunk just looking to go across the line. That was the wrong and to the left hand, I think. And a fairly simple catch.
And he was facing the first delivery. Wasn't needed. He could have afforded to play a couple of dot deliveries, get the feel of the pitch. Went after Hasaranga had to pay the price. Good start being spoiled. 63 for 2.
Mohammad Hafiz is the new batsman. What a roller coaster this has been. Just a little while ago, the Jaffna Kings were on the back foot. They were defending, and now they're looking at a hat-trick. They got 2 wickets of 2 balls. Wanindu Hasaranga it is. Mohammad Hafiz on strike. He's got to slip in. Long off is out. Backward square leg is out. The rest saving 1. And he survives the hat-trick. But what an over it has been. 4 wicket and a dot ball.
It's amazing now when a batting team going so well. 1 becomes 2. That's purely because of Ben Dunn's bad decision, the first delivery. You have a player like Kusal Mendes in the other end. It's important to get some stability. Saying that Kusal Mendes too got to play a big role. The goal guys to go and win this game.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम अभी के अभी onedicegame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में। भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
$67 for 2. Well, the fight is on. Unfortunately, 2 wickets have fallen. That was in the last over. Anushka Gunatilaka, who was doing all the damage, then Ben Dunk. Now the good news for the Gladiators, the conditions are good. The required rate around 9, which will be manageable. Last ball of last over. Mendes. Nicely putting that over short mid-wicket. He's done his job, went for 9, went for 8, but picked up 2 wickets. It's got his team back into the game. They were looking at each other's faces for a while, the Jaffna Kings. Jaden Seals, it's got a slip in place. With on offer, more runs.
Got away with one there, Jaden Seals. Wide, long hop. Mohammad Hafiz probably feels he should have put that away for 4. But what a start to this run chase. Incredible from Anushka Gunatilaka to start off with. Got them ahead of the game, but then Dunk, first delivery dismissal, has just let Jaffna back in here. Didn't need to do that, did he? High risk shot, Wanindu Hasaranga. Best bowler in T20 cricket. Googly first ball.
Yep, holding your nerve is key. We've We're gonna
Tip
have a
up
look at that.
director.
Direct
We have
hits,
a umpire
generally
referral
closer
for a
than we
run
think.
out. Give me a best side on, please. Roll forward, roll forward. Okay, thank you. I made my decision.
Last over of the power play. 4 balls remaining. Men responsible for putting on the show.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम अभी के अभी। वन पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं, ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं। भी लगाइए।
Oh, 4 again. Leg buys this time. Doesn't matter. The crowd are loving it.
Well, at 77 for 2, you have to give credit to the Galle Gladiators. They haven't chased and won often in this season. Only once they chased and had a win. That was against Kandy Warriors. So far, they're doing quite well in terms of runs accumulated. Way ahead of the game. Got to make the accommodation for a few wickets if you're going after a big total like 201.
Digs that in. This would be the highest power play score. 1 ball remaining. He's asking for a wide, thinking it was way over.
Also want to credit Gunatilaka for the innings that he played. Gave the innings a jump start, exactly what was required by the Galle Gladiators in this run chase. Batsmen at the crease must play their natural game.
Oh, gets that away as well. This won't run away. Oh, yes, it does. Outfield very, very quick. 14 off the 6th. 81 for 2, the Gladiators. Into the power play. The field restrictions are lifted, so some breathing space for the Jaffna Kings. Now 121 off 84, that's gettable. In these conditions, yeah, you fancy yourself.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो जल्दी
Roll it forward. Batsman well short of the crease. I made my decision for the big screen.
The image says it all. Out will be the decision. Yes, very unnecessary. Mohamed Hafiz searching for 2, which was never on. He goes for 14 from 9. Another one down for the Gladiators. It's 84 for 3. We'll have a timeout.
काय लाकडं कशी दिली?
500 रुपये मन.
म्हणजे किती पैसे होतील? 3,500.
3,500?
काही कमी नाही होणार? काल रात्री दादा हॉस्पिटलमध्ये माझ्याशी काही बोलला. तो म्हणाला त्याच्या अस्थींचा काही भाग पंढरपूरला चंद्रभागा नदीमध्ये टाकावा. मी
मी येणार आहे तुमच्या बरोबर.
आपल्यात बायका जातात का अस्थि विसर्जनाला?
काय म्हणालास?
नाहीतरी कधी वागलीस बायकांसारखी तू?
काका गाडीत पेट्रोल भरावं लागेल.
आपण सगळे कॉन्ट्री काढू.
मी माझं वॉलेट विसरलोय.
असं कसा रे तू?
अस्थि कुठे आहे?
कारखानीसांची वारी.
वडिलांच्या अस्थीचा डबा विसरलास?
या जन्मात या नालायकाचं लग्न होणार नाही.
फेकून देऊ काय?
तू
असं बोलत जा ना माझ्याशी. असं कधीच कोणी बोल.
दूर कितना भी जाओ, इस जुबान से दूर ना जा पाओगे. विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी. ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका फ्री. इस पर अभी
कैसे बनाएगी दीपिका अपनी पहचान? सोमवार से शुक्रवार रात 10 बजे सोनी पर.
That was the Jaffna Kings score. 118 of 82. Bhanuka Rajapaksa is the new batsman, and this partnership is going to be very crucial for the Gladiators. A slip awaits for Hasaranga. But this is the most crucial battle, Hasaranga versus Rajapaksa, because Samit Patel, Dhananjay Lakshani, Surudana, Pulina Taranga, that's the batting to come. So a wicket here will really put pressure on the Gladiators. But in terms of the run rate, Gladiators are smiling. Oh, asking for it. Nothing on it from umpire Vimala Siri. No review taken as that timer wastes its time. Crucial wicket.
He's top scored on previous occasions for the Galle Gladiators in the earlier matches against the Jaffna Kings. That was a run out of Mohamed Hafiz. There was never 2 runs on. He was just ambling out of his crease. Paid a heavy price for it.
She had an opportunity to run out both batsmen there, Hasaranga, and he chose to go to the keeper. That was the easier option. Hafiz hesitated slightly on the way back. Yeah, it was all his fault. And blame no one but himself. That's two silly dismissals, Dunk and Hafiz. Will that come back to bite them?
Almost sneaking through. 7 gone, 86 for 3.
Win better than the rest with 100% bonus on first deposit. Play against other players and not the house. Best odds in the market. This means better winnings assured. This game involves an element of financial risk and may be addictive. Please play responsibly and at your own risk.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी। ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम।
Fantastic innings from Galle Gladiators, guys. 54 of 21 balls. When you're in that kind of form, though, and he just decided to continue going, didn't he? Even when Hasaranga came on. In hindsight, obviously that's a wonderful thing, but I wonder whether that was the right decision.
Oh dear. Another opportunity, but Bhanuka Rajapaksa. GC turned back quickly.
He did, and all credit to him for recognizing that there wasn't a single on. He's going to be crucial in this run chase if the Gladiators are to get there. So a little bit of pressure building now.
Look at point, look at short extra cover, they're creeping in. No one on the onside, so he gets off strike, but that's good from Shoaib Malik. 2 dots, get the batsman off strike. The Shoaib Malik over for 6 runs you take, that's a bonus.
Shoaib Malik should know that for Kusal Mendes, if you bowl just back up a length and push him onto the back foot, his strike rate is a lot lower than if he plays off the front foot, so you don't want to give him that full length. You want to make sure that it becomes difficult for easy run scoring. With pressure, you're hoping that an opportunity for a wicket will come.
Shoaib Malik stays around the wicket. Sweeps, but finds the fielder.
Exactly what I've been saying. Kusal Mendes to spin off the front foot. He is very, very good striking the ball in front of him. He's not afraid to use his feet. But then when he's off the back foot, it's only 110, the strike rate.
Well paced. Big single, Rajapaksa taking his time to play himself in.
And Russell, in a good batting surface, you've got to try and take every little bit of competitive advantage against a batsman. And he's been the leading run scorer for the Gladiators, so why not adjust your length, push him back, slow him down a bit, send that required rate up.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी। ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन है
Tikshana bowls that length you were talking about. Again, Avishka Fernando, brilliant in the deep.
Well, it's been an action-packed 8.1 overs. The Gladiators entertaining the crowd at the moment. Really good bit of work in the field. We've got a few VIPs and a few dignitaries in too. Really is a brilliant atmosphere. This is the first domestic tournament in Sri Lanka where we've had crowds in, 50% capacity allowed, and they've come in their droves. Really lit up the tournament, not just here but at the Primadasa too.
That never should have been a single there. Tikshana into his third over, very expensive for the moment. Wow, just wow.
Perfect respite for these pandemic times that the world is experiencing. Proud moment for Sri Lanka, this Lanka Premier League, and the success that it has achieved.
Tends to create that length that suits him, Mendes. The Kings have done well over the last 2-3 overs, taken the opportunity to bowl some dots, push that required rate up once again.
Good boy, good boy, good boy!
15 balls since the last boundary. Oh, gets that through. Whoa, just a little short. Rajapaksa's got good wrists.
Good wrists and really fast hands as well. Length wasn't too bad, wasn't that short, but it was the width, and he pounced on it. Classic cut shot.
Should be more motivated than Tessera.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी
Proud.
This was the final delivery of the previous over. Up and over from Kusal Mendes, went a long way across. I think it might have just gone over the hands rather than through the hands of Chaturanga. Great effort from him. Had he caught it, he would have had to flip it back anyway. So it was either saving the six or that was it really. Just got enough on it, went really flat.
Hello, nice ball.
Well ball by Shoaib Malik. Saw Rajapaksa coming.
Right.
They're up with the rate again. This is what they're playing for. Geez, game well alive. 98 of 65. Rajapaksa playing the second fiddle in no hurry. He knows he can catch up. Mendes going along nicely. When you look at the scorecard, 25 of 13 to Mendes. He's not had the strike, but he's striking at 160.
Yeah, it's never easy that when you're watching at the other end as a batsman. You get a bit antsy, but he still scored quickly.
Oh, too good, but clumsy in the end. Malik lets the left-hander off the hook.
Make a good point there, Matt. Sometimes if you're not getting a strike, you can feel the pressure without even facing deliveries. Not Kusal Mendes. He's produced a glut of runs in this tournament, so his confidence will keep him yearning for that strike, and he has it now, doing a very good job, striking at 156.
He'll be eyeing the boundary.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो मैच
Great return from him. He's had 6 months out with his ban from domestic cricket. 314 runs at a strike rate of 149. Brilliant stuff. Now, can he see his side home in the pressure of a final? That would be some statement.
Oh, very good from Shoaib Malik. He's bowled 2 overs for 5 runs. 10 gone, 106 for 3.
पॉलीकैप कनेक्शन जिंदगी का
എനിക്കെന്ത് ഇവിടെ കൊണ്ട് കുറെ നാളായ പോലെ
What a final 10 overs we could have on our hands here. The Galle Gladiators, pink worm, just ahead of the Jaffna Kings, white worm. They've lost 3 wickets so far. They've entertained the crowd, been aggressive. Can they keep wickets in hand? And if they do that, they may well get over the line here. Required rate is now under 10, 9.6. Tishan is back for his final over. None for 44 so far. Good bit of fielding on the boundary rope. It's going to be another couple. Roshan Abhisinger and Parviz Maharouf have joined me. It's interesting how they've attacked Tikshana, these Gladiators batsmen.
Well, 94 59 balls. And so important that we do this, even while commentating, because we understand the importance of Dettol and sanitizing. And that's exactly what we are doing, even with the mic in hand. Fingers.
Multitasking.
Multitasking is the word.
Roshan, we all know you're a good multitasker, Roshan. Well done.
Right, a magnificent crowd.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम अभी के अभी oneDiceGame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में। भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
Jaffna, we're so used to seeing him go for 5. This has been destruction. He's gone around the park, but in his final over, he's delivered.
This is a huge scalp. This is a huge scalp. Bhanuka Rajapaksa for a moment thought that it got enough to get over the line. But eventually, Jaffna has some reward, some success, some joy to celebrate. You can't keep Vanidhu Hasaranga out. Excellent catch in the deep.
Just what the Jaffna Kings needed. Mahesh Dekshana, always having an off day, picked up the important wicket. The captain of the Gladiators, who's gone. The 14 of 16, the Gladiators losing their fourth at 113.
पॉलीकॅप कनेक्शन जिंदगी का.
काका गाडीत पेट्रोल भरावं लागेल.
आपण सगळे कॉन्ट्री काढू.
मी माझं वॉलेट विसरलोय.
असा कसा रे तू?
अस्ती कुठे आहे? वारी.
Samit Patel, vastly experienced all-rounder, comes to the crease. He's played a couple of cameo innings in this tournament, including 42 in the first game of it against the Kings, which turned into one of the match-winning performances for Galle in that game. Oh, that's the other one when he flicks out. Real pace on that one too from Jaffna.
Straight away, having a slip field as well. Captain being himself, this This was a big wicket. Vanidhu Hasaranga under pressure, keeping very cool. And look at that, Praveen Jayakuram Bandar, the 12th or the 13th man. Joy can't keep away him for a long time.
Jaffna's done expensive. 51 runs he's gone for, but he's picked up a big wicket. 113.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी।
Great piece of fielding, really good piece of fielding. That's the commitment you need. Now Jaffna Kings realize that though the run rate is quite high and good for the Gladiators, that they've got the openings they're looking for. They've been getting wickets, they've been just getting those openings. 2 wickets on 63, now slip in, 84 and 113. Let's look at the field. They've got a slip in. They've brought a man into that short extra cover area for the drive. Man at short mid-wicket. time to create a bit of pressure. Because if you look at the batting left for Gladiators, it's not a batting lineup that will frighten the opposition, but Kusal Mendes to me is going to be the key here. He'll have to show the maturity, he'll have to stand up. He's 30 of 18, he'll have to take this side over the line.
Lakshani Surudana Purna Taranga batting to come. Definitely bad, but under pressure, as you said, Kusal Mendes.
Hard slog sweep into the gap, well placed.
Exactly what the Gladiators want, a boundary each over and 4 to 5 singles. That will keep them in the game. And the crowd from the south supporting their home team. Flat hit. Generally Chaturanga De Silva fires it into the stumps with the angle. Kusal Mendes keeping very low, not trying to hit too hard. Placement perfect.
Yeah, they need to make sure that they don't give too many dot balls. I mean, dot balls will create pressure, and then that run rate starts to climb.
He shimmies down the track. Playing around with Chaturanga's lengths here.
That's what Kusal Mendes does well. Is the length, and then straight away at that moment coming down the track, working the single, just putting
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी
This is a key partnership. Samit Patel has batted before in the top 4 in county cricket when he was younger. He's no mug with the bat. He's an all-rounder, but he's got plenty of first-class hundreds. And we're going to finish with 1. So Chaturanga's first goes for 10, 123 for 4.
पॉलीकैप कनेक्शन जिंदगी का
क्या करना है
ACB investigations, arrests, notices, सब खत्म करना होगा.
नेक्स्ट
Play that blinder.
The Galle Gladiators need 79 off the final 48 balls to lift the 2021 LPL trophy. Pretty close in terms of the scores. Galle 6 runs ahead of where Jaffna were, but Jaffna had only lost 1 wicket, so they had a great platform to launch in the final 8 overs. Galle need to keep wickets in hand from here. They're going to win this one. And it's going to be Hasaranga back into the attack at the moment, head and shoulders above the rest of the bowlers in this game for Jaffna. 2 overs, 2 for 13. His final 2 overs could be absolutely vital here.
Well, with the leg spinner on, extra cover open, we'll come to that. What will he bowl? Oh, that was what we were expecting. Because Samit Patel is so good inside out, that extra cover area is open. So what Wanindu Hasaranga did was he bowled the wrong and didn't allow that shot. But what is quite apparent here is, obviously Jaffna understands that they've got wickets. Galle Gladiators have lost a wicket or two too many. And those 2 overs by Shoaib Malik, it's given Thisara Perera so much of options. Cleverly bowled slower. So those 2 overs that Malik came on and bowled with 5, just conceding 5 runs, has allowed Thisara Perera to rotate his bowlers better. Brilliantly bowled. Now Hasaranga only into his third over.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी।
This was a comedy of errors. This was a big miss. Didn't get anywhere near that, Dhananjay Lakshan. That would have been Tom Kohler-Cadmore out with 2 overs to go. Just weren't quite their usual selves in the field.
And this good bowling by Manindu Hasaranga. Only bowling googlies to the extra cover. That's with the wind hit towards the mid-wicket for the googlies going against the wind. So this is good stuff. Playing the percentages right, the Jaffna Kings.
Nice over from Hasaranga back into the attack. His third goes for just 6. Run rate, required rate now over 10. It's 129 for 4. Right, so plenty to ponder for Galle Gladiators. They're going to take their time out early.
काय लाकडं कशी दिली?
500 रुपये मन.
म्हणजे किती पैसे होतील?
3,500.
3,500? काही कमी नाही होणार?
काल रात्री दादा हॉस्पिटलमध्ये माझ्याशी काही बोलला. तो म्हणाला त्याच्या अस्थींचा काही भाग पंढरपूरला चंद्रभागा नदीमध्ये टाकावा. विसर्जित.
मी येणार आहे तुमच्या बरोबर.
आपल्यात बायका जातात का अस्थि विसर्जनाला?
काय म्हणालास?
नाहीतरी कधी वागलीस बायकांसारखी तू.
काका गाडीत पेट्रोल भरावं लागेल.
आपण सगळे कॉन्ट्री काढू.
मी माझं वॉलेट विसरलोय.
असं कसा रे तू?
अस्थि कुठे आहेत?
खानिसांची वारी.
वडिलांच्या अस्थीचा डबा विसरलास?
या जन्मात या नालायकाचं लग्न होणार नाही.
असं बोलत झालं माझ्याशी. असं कधीच कोणी बोल.
How's the odds? Hi, sir. Predict and win. The greatest odds are with you. This game involves an element of financial risk and may be addictive. Please play responsibly and at your own risk. This communication is for 18+ only.
बाप बेटे पे गुरजोत का हाथ उंगली भी नहीं लगा पा रहा.
थोड़े दिनों में आप हाई कोर्ट के जज होने वाले.
क्या करना है? Next.
ACP investigation, arrests, notices, सब खत्म करना होगा.
हर उसको इतनी आसानी से नहीं छोड़ेगा.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी। ये
न्यूज़ हर जगह ग्राउंड है।
Come on, boys! Come on, boy! Come on, boy! Starting ground. Center.
Dhananjay Lakshan played a massive innings in the semi-final last year to get Galle Gladiators to the final. God, they need the same right now. He's away straight away. And he's there because of a second run out of the innings. Another mix-up.
This is the last hope. That lost by Samit Patel. And Kusal Mendes, huge confusion.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी ये वाला जो मैच
Apparent piece, the spring in that Jaffna step. You could see that. You could see the intent, the way they're moving. They're now smelling blood. They understand that they are in with a real chance. Because at one stage they were on the defensive. Vanidu Hasaranga's over was a defining moment. At least one of the defining moments. And then Bhanuka Rajapaksa's wicket.
Going down leg, I think. Vociferous appeal. That didn't turn, just went straight on with the arm. They're thinking about it. Not sure I would, to be honest.
It has to turn back from that line. Chaturanga de Silva firing it in. Samit Patel did have his heart in his mouth for a little while. This is what Chaturanga de Silva does, almost firing across, and Ramula Gurbaz. You knew what's going on. Finally, we're coming up.
Lakshan gets a leading edge chance. Taken. That's a really good catch by Hasaranga over his shoulder, running back. One of the hardest catches to take.
The brotherly love. The younger brother obliging and helping the elder brother with a wicket with an outstanding catch. Well, the Galle Gladiators sinking further. As Matt Floyd said, this is one of the toughest catches. That's the angle. Going away from the left-hander, and take a look at this. Going away from him, falling over his shoulder. Never easy. Never easy. And, well, that's worth the celebration. Look at their celebration. They're happy. They know Dhananjay Lakshan's rather disappointing game comes to an end. Out for 2, 133 for 6.
गाइस सभी के सभी हमारे टेलीग्राम को ज्वाइन कर लीजिए, उसका लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में, वहां पर प्रोवाइड किया जाएगा। जैसे सुपर
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट
എനിക്കെന്ത് ഇവിടെ കൊണ്ട് കുറെ നാളായ പോലെ
Moon out in its glory as we look to the last 5 overs of the innings and of this final. Chaturanga De Silva prizing a wicket in his last over, starts his third, and slowly the Jaffna Kings taking more and more control of this game with the ball.
They are almost there to put their hands on this coveted trophy for the second time. Yeah, it was a contest about 3 overs back. When you're chasing 200 runs, you need to have wickets intact, and then you lose 2 wickets through run-outs. That was fatal.
Use of the feet, not quite getting hold of it, Samit Patel. Russell Arnold still a chance for the Gladiators at this stage?
Doubt it. I think the Kings have now got ahead. The last 5 overs has changed the game. 25 balls since the last boundary, that's over 4 overs. 10th over, 106 for 3, Darren. So the last 5 overs, they've lost 3 wickets for 35, and what they're doing right now is taking the pace off, trying to get the batsmen to do all the work. And they're struggling.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम। अभी के अभी onedicegame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में। भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
गली शहर ग्राउंड है, दीवार गुलाबी ग्राउंड है, यार नवाबी ग्राउंड है।
ग्राउंड की हर खबर पे रखो नजर, वुल्फ 777 न्यूज, हर जगह ग्राउंड है।
काय म्हणालास?
नाहीतरी कधी वागली बायकांसारखी तू।
काका गाडीत पेट्रोल भरावं लागेल।
आपण सगळे कॉन्ट्री काढू।
मी माझं वॉलेट विसरलोय।
असा कसा रे तू?
अस्ती कुठे आहेत?
कारखानी सांची वारी।
Surudana.
Yeah, boy.
They can hit a ball. 16 gone, 143 for 7.
डॉक्टर दीपिका ने रखा कदम एफएमएस हॉस्पिटल की दुनिया में।
मेरी लाइफ का सिर्फ एक ही पर्पस है, मेरी रेपुटेशन पे लगे दाग को साफ करना।
पर सामने खड़ा है मुश्किलों का तूफान।
इसे यहाँ इस हॉस्पिटल में दाखिल किसने होने दिया?
मैं एक डॉक्टर हूँ, मैं अपना काम जानती हूँ।
डॉक्टर सिन्हा जैसी बंदिया लाइफ में आगे कैसे बढ़ती है अपना चार्म यूज करके?
डॉक्टर सिन्हा की हायरिंग पे मैनेजिंग कमेटी फैसला ली।
मर्दों की इस दुनिया में कैसे बनाएगी दीपिका अपनी पहचान? सोमवार से शुक्रवार रात 10 बजे सोनी पर।
Saranga. Samit Patel searching for the boundary, just a couple of runs.
He's not been able to break free, Samit Patel. Wickets have been falling from the other end. Chaturanga De Silva getting one to skid through. The ball pitching on the belly. Kulina Taranga beaten all ends up. They're getting closer, the Kings. Runs on the board. Runs on the board is such an important factor in a big game, especially a final.
And it's really the middle phase of the innings where they've let themselves down. Only 60 runs in those 9 overs from over number 7 to over number 15. That run rate just about 6.6 as compared to what the Kings achieved 9 during that phase of the innings and didn't lose too many wickets. So we'll have to say,
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम अभी के अभी onedicegame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में। भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
Right off the meat of the bat. Still a good pitch. The Kings would be so glad that they managed to get such a big score on, but don't go away. But we have seen stranger things happen. 48 of 19 required. One big over and you're back in it.
exactly what I was thinking. You just got to keep believing. If you're batting at this stage of the innings, sting 2 boundaries per over, you just never know. 15-16 of the last over, doable. 17 gone, 154 for 7.
दूर कितना भी जाओ, इस जुबान से दूर ना जा पाओगे। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
अरेस्ट, नोटिसेस सब खत्म करना होगा।
नेक्स्ट।
Requires from 18 balls. Can the Gladiators find the power to hit a few sixes and bring that equation down? They've got to believe. Jaffna Kings will think that they have this one in the bag. Samit Patel, quite powerful with his stroke play, so there is hope still.
3 overs remaining, Lakmal into the attack.
They have to find an over of 20 runs here. That'll make things very interesting. Singles aren't going to worry the opposition captain even a single bit.
Well, if you're facing Suranga Lakmal, expect him to nail his Yorkers. Maybe batting a bit deeper in your crease to get under the ball is an option, or maybe out of the crease to get it in the full. One thing for sure, he's shown that he's accurate when he goes for his Yorkers.
You have to move now. You have to move now. You can't leave it too late.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम अभी के अभी onedicegame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में। भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
Nail the Yorker once more. Exceptional bowling from the veteran Suranga Lakmal.
And what amazes me with his bowling, he's bowling those Yorkers cross seam and consistently finding the length.
And wanted to finish up by saying, and to us too. The cameraman for the wonderful pictures.
Flicked away, finds the boundary. Nope. Good work in the outfield. That's been another distinctive thing about this Jaffna Kings team. Their out cricket, superb. Let's hope he's not injured.
Wanindu Hasaranga, who was running around, got to it and flicked it, but looks like a twisted knee. That's not a good sign.
Did he step on the ball? What happened there? Oh, I think it's the hamstring. But did well before it happened. Certainly saving a couple of runs for his side. That's where Jaffna Kings have made the difference with their fielding.
Wholehearted cricketer, Wanindu Hasaranga. He's done his thing for the team, but for himself and for Sri Lanka, you need him at 100%. Substitute on the field, it's Ashin Bandara.
Will it carry just short? Kola Kadmore was running in. Wanted to ensure that he didn't concede a boundary because
दोस्तों कॉपीराइट की वजह से वीडियो कभी भी बंद हो सकता है, तो आपको नई वीडियो का लिंक मिलेगा टेलीग्राम पे। उसका लिंक हमने डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिया हुआ है। उस टेलीग्राम में आपको सभी प्रकार के लाइव मैचों की स्ट्रीमिंग के लिंक मिल जाएंगे, जैसे BBL, सुपर स्मैश, इंटरनेशनल मैचेस, USA वर्सेज आयरलैंड, इंडिया वर्सेस साउथ अफ्रीका, सभी मैचों के लिंक वहां आपको मिल जाएंगे। तो जल्दी से जाइए और टेलीग्राम को ज्वाइन कर लीजिए, लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
they're smelling victory, the Kings. It's another one for them.
Samit Patel.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी। ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम। अभी के अभी onedicegame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में। भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। IPL के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
नहर के किनारे से बरामद हुई लाश अजीत सोढी के भाई महीप सोढी की है।
मेरी सौख हमारी वजह से किसी की जान नहीं जाएगी।
तेरी सौख।
Another pleasant sight. Star for performer Wanindu Hasaranga being ushered off the field. Injury sustained. Put him on the helmet, Jaden Seals with his pace. And it will be 4-leg buys. Might also need to check as per the concussion rule.
Lakmal, back of a length. Samit Patel had no other option with that rate rising to hit that or try and hit it out of the park. But I like what Jaden Seals did. The moment it went up in the air, he stuck his hands out. It's not as though there was anyone near him. He wanted it, gets it. Yep, it's been that kind of day for the Galle Gladiators. Well, Sri Lanka will hope that there's not too much damage here. Such a vital clog in Sri Lanka's cricket going forward.
Well, he did the damage with those 2 strikes in an over. Well, slow bouncer was into the stroke early. Flush on the helmet. Concussion protocols were followed. He's okay to carry on. Seems difficult.
Mulvex recover. And that will be 4. So a rare victory for Surudana. 2 4s in the over already.
36 off 10 required. That was a good shot.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम अभी के अभी onedicegame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में। भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
It seems like the game is long gone. Long gone. Especially after that run out of Mendes, who was batting beautifully. He was holding the key. He went back at the wrong moment for his side, and from there on it's been a struggle.
Slow ball. Good variation being shown by Jaden Seals, who's grown in stature throughout this tournament. He's been exceptional in terms of his ability to take wickets for the Kings. Today he was a bit expensive. Hasn't taken a wicket just yet.
I thought he was unlucky in that particular over where he went for plenty. Mohammad Hafiz was on strike. Not a single stroke played by Mohammad Hafiz. That's in the air. It should be taken and taken. And it's that man, Shoaib Malik. Took it very easily.
Bowling those right areas. It's Rudana's the batsman who could have done some damage. But you get it full, give him no space. He follows him. Tries to dig it out. To fall. The Kings hanging on to everything coming their way. Well, there's the wicket for you for today from Jaden Seals. It's Rudana's the latest victim for 968 for 9.
जुबान के लिए उड़ चला गैरों की ज़मीं पर, खुशबू अपनेपन की ढूंढता।
दूर कितना भी जा, इस जुबान से दूर ना जा पाओगे। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
अजीत सोढी के भाई महीप सोढी की है।
मेरी सौख हमारी वजह से किसी की जान नहीं जाएगी।
तेरी सौख।
One delivery left in the over. Up and over. Was about timing. Will get a boundary. A little too late for the Gladiators. After 19, 172 for 9.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम अभी के अभी onedicegame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में। भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
Lakmal into his third. Will the Kings close it off in this over? 172 for 9, 30 from 6 balls required. Amir on strike. Can he get a 6 off the first ball? Doesn't get hold of it, so inevitable will happen. The Kings sealing victory.
Now they started off in this final in a grand fashion, setting up the game in their favor through their batters. Captain calling right. Opted to bat first, which was the right decision. And both these sides were in the finals, the first edition of LPL as well. But one side played like champion, the other one looked very nervous in the field.
Sweet timing. Again, the out cricket superb from the Kings. Just a single.
They had the better of the Kings though, the Gladiators, and really dominated them. 3 occasions they won on all 3. The Kings losing 3 games, and that was just to the Gladiators. But for this game, they won the toss and didn't make the mistake of asking the Gladiators to bat. They batted and put the runs on the board. They nicked the one that matters.
And that's what good teams do. They recognize when it's the opportunity for them to lift their standard a notch. And that is what we've seen so far from the Jaffna Kings. First with the bat, then in the outfield and with the ball. Fielders supporting bowlers. They've played themselves into a winning position.
And the most important aspect for me about Jaffna Kings, their captain and think tank. They allowed the players to play their natural game. Not too much of information was given to them. They were not asked to move away from their A game, and hence the result is in front of you.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी। ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम अभी के अभी onedicegame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में। भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
Wonderful platform for Sri Lankan players to showcase their skills, to get noticed, gain experience, and for the Sri Lankan team to reap rewards. Joy for everyone around. The last ball of LPL 2021.
And a good piece of fielding. So there it is, the moment. Once again, the crown jewel of T20 cricket in Sri Lanka going to the Jaffna Kings. By virtue of this win, they go on to win by 23 runs. And the cricketing gods have bestowed them with another title.
Thoroughly deserved it. Their out cricket has been absolutely brilliant. Well led. And all the players responded well to the captain's call all the times.
You're so right, Amir. You look at the runs scored, wickets taken, the impact you'll find. find many of the Jaffna Kings featuring on that. They had a couple of off days, but they've done enough to be here, and they produced their best game all round against a very good Galle Gladiators team who have been up for it, who have contributed immensely to the success of this tournament and came here hoping and wishing they can get 4 in 4, but not to be. The Kings, they prevailed, they were on fire.
Yeah, for the second time. And the highlight for me, Ganga and Arnold, in this LPL, the local performer, local talent has come to the fore to win the games for their side on many of occasions, and that's very heartening.
Celebrations all around, congratulations being shared in and amongst the Jaffna Kings team, but spare a thought for this man, Monica Rajapaksa and the Galle Gladiators. It's the second time that he will taste defeat in an LPL final. These two sides and franchises would have met in 2020. And it's Tessara Pereira who prevails and will lift the prestigious Lanka Premier League title once more.
And not to forget Shoaib Malik, how well he has contributed in this LPL once again. And talk about tonight, those 3 overs from him without conceding a boundary. That changed the course of the game for me.
It was at that time, yes, because Galle Gladiators, they were coasting. They were 106.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम अभी के अभी onedicegame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में। भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
And won the game with a huge difference.
Jaffna Kings, the better team on the night. They started with the bat. They were able to override that psychological disadvantage of losing 3 times previously this season to the Galle Gladiators. And today, when it mattered most, they go on to win by 23 runs. Activities all around, and as we come to the end of another successful Lanka Premier League tournament, Galle Gladiators, Russell Arnold, needed much more.
Oh yes, they were on fire early. Danushka Gunatilaka, 54 of 21, had everyone worried in the Jaffna Kings camp. Kusal Mendy set himself up to guide that innings through, but then wickets started to fall. Initially it was Hasaranga, then the run-outs, the pressure was built by the bowlers. Too much to do once they lost 3-4 wickets and the rate kept climbing. You can see how quickly they fell away after that.
Yeah, only one good partnership with substance, and after that, nothing substantial. And that's where Galle Gladiators faltered.
Lots of bowlers were tried. They went for a lot early. Deekshana was expensive. Seals and so was Lakmal, but they came back because the spinners, Chaturanga De Silva, Shoaib Malik, look at what they contributed in those tight overs. That's the sign of a good team. Having options, having players who can show resilience and bring them back into games.
And the captain wasn't required in this game, who bowled so well in the previous 2 outings here.
The crowning moment where the Kings prevailed once more in the final. Proud moment for their fans, to the ownership, the management, the coaching staff, and a bunch of well-meshed players delivering beyond excellence on the night that mattered the most.
And the way those bench players ran in after winning the game tells you how good.
भाइयों पाइए फ्री क्रिकेट सेशन आईडी, ये वाला जो मैच चल रहा है इसे खेलने का मौका पाइए। जो अभी करंट सेशन आ रहा है उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव आ रहा होगा टीम पे उस पे लगाइए, बिना किसी की मदद से खुद से डाउनलोड कीजिए वन डाइस गेम अभी के अभी onedicegame.in पर जाकर, या फिर लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में। भाइयों मिलेगा फ्री 50 रुपीज साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
Thanks mainly to the half centuries from Avishka and Kola Cadmore. Galle Gladiators, they looked like they were in it up until the 10th, 11th over, and then they fell apart. The Kings winning by 23 runs. Good gesture by Cesar Pereira and his men, giving thanks to a wonderful crowd that came in droves and supported cricket in Sri Lanka. Galle Gladiators as well, paying respect to the crowd, which really is the lifeblood for this sport, and they're very passionate about their cricket in these parts.
Oh, let me tell you, they did jazz it up. They created that ambience where the players felt that onus on themselves that they have to come out and perform well. And rightly so, they are thanking the crowd. It turned up in huge numbers.
Spectators, a main part of the success of 2021 Lanka Premier League. Congratulations to Sri Lankan cricket, government of Sri Lanka and IPG, everyone who has contributed towards making this tournament a great success, especially given the pandemic times that we're in. Wow, hats off to all and sundry who made this possible. Proud moment for all the fans too, had the chance to dance, to support them.
उस पे लगाइए, जो भाव ₹50 साइन अप बोनस, जिससे आप खेल सकते हैं और खुद ही पैसा विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। सबसे अच्छी बात है दोस्तों कि आप खुद ही पैसा डाल सकते हैं, खुद ही निकाल सकते हैं। आईपीएल के सारे मैचेस अवेलेबल हैं। ये वाला मैच चल रहा है, इस पर अभी लगाइए, जल्दी जाइए onedicegame.in पर और खेलिए और जीतिए खूब सारा कैश। लिंक है डिस्क्रिप्शन में।
लगता तू भूल गया ना तेरे प्राण की गीता बाप बेटे पे